Look out. Good day and welcome back to the channel. So today we have a 2025 Rippa R10 Eco. We're going to give you a walk around, an overview, and help you decide, is this machine right for you and your operations? Let's get into it. Gonna die. Alright, so here we are. So this is a 2025 Rippa R10 Eco. So that is a 13.5 horsepower Briggs & Stratton powered machine. You can see here that this machine is loaded. It's got the expandable undercarriage, the expandable blade, the hydraulic thumb, and the mechanical quick connect. I'll show you some closer ups of those in a second. But we'll start at the back and the top, and then we'll work our way down and forward. So this is the metal canopy with the mounts for the work lights. Because this is a transitional machine, they didn't get them, but it'd be pretty easy to put on. You do get the LED rotating beacon, the adjustable seat, pilot style controls. Yeet. It's plus 17 right now in January and everything's melting. I'm going to slide all over the place. So up front here we have the throttle, the travel sticks, the blade lever, as well as the lever that you use to operate the expandable undercarriage. You have the work light switch, the hydraulic lockout, which I really like, and then your switch to go from expandable undercarriage to the blade. Under there, the seat flips forward, and that's how you fill up the fuel. The armrests here do go up and down. This is their furthest down position, and again the seat does slide forward and back to your comfort, and the headrest does slide up and down as well. Now you notice there's no floor mat on here. That is because it's an upholstered floor mat, and we keep them off of the machines until the very last minute, until it's ready to go home, so that it doesn't get wrecked or dirty or anything like that. We come around here to the engine compartment, pop her open. There we go, that's looking good. Yeah, so as you can see, it's the Briggs XR. 13.5 horsepower, single cylinder, and way up there, yep, there you go, that's your fuel cap. So again, under the seat, we'll flip that up for you, your battery master switch, and your valve banks on either side. As you come down on this side, your single pump, as well as your adapter housing, and then as you can see, lots of venting here, heat shielding all the way around, hydraulic overflow. And in there somewhere, let's see if we can get a good shot of it. Right back there is the hydraulic oil cooler, the electric fan. We'll show you that from the outside here. So there's lots of room in here, so lots of airflow. This is just like sheet tin. I would like to see a bit of a counterweight on this, but there's nothing stopping somebody from maybe fastening some weights down there, or lining this with some heavier metal or something like that, just to give her a little extra in the rear. But it is curved nicely and fitted nicely. Here you can see the travel motors. They're both encased, and so are the lines, which is nice features. Close this up. I do like how that closes nice and tight and firm and solid. Like, it's not, it's not like that cheap tinny stuff. So coming around, this is your choke for your engine, and there's your hydraulic oil cooler right there. Fairly large size. That's impressive. So you can see 2 lower idlers, no upper and then large front end. Again, the encased walking motor. Also over here you have the key, and that access panel there, if you ever have to do anything on this side of the engine. So as we move forward, you can see that this does have the side swing boom, and this is fully greasable. So there's a grease point there, and if we look, get right in here, there it is. There's the other one. That's for the rear of the cylinder. So that's really nice to see. Full greasable points there. Actually, every point that moves on this machine is greasable, as you can tell by the little red caps there. Same here, right? Now these fittings, I did change them out to the more standard metric fitting so that it's a little easier to service for whoever has the pleasure of taking this fine machine home. There's another shot of that blade so you can see the wings, right? And as well as a cylinder guard. Going back up, you got one work light there, cylinder shields, all the hoses routed through the stick, through the boom, pardon me, and then down the stick, cylinder shields, hydraulic thumb, the multi-way valve for your auxiliaries with the fitting, the flat face fitting, right? I do like the blue cap. And then your mechanical quick hitch here, as you can see, it's a genuine Ripa part, which is fantastic. You know, nice solid design, standard digging bucket. All the other side's the same. Multi-way valve, hydraulic thumb, right? It is the bolt-on thumb. And some people have reported issues with these. I'm gonna go with user error on that. I have the same thumb on my R15 and I've used it for many things and I've not had an issue. I just periodically go around and check the bolts. Next time I do it, I'm actually going to take them out and put red Loctite on them and just put them back in and be done with it. I think, honestly, any of the issues I really feel are probably user error, not knowing what the machine can handle and what it can do. So it's all a learning curve, right? It happens. But again, I've had no issues with mine. So it too is greasable, but I left these countersunk fittings on it because this is a good place for them, our normal fitting, to get hit. So that there is a place that I actually prefer those. Coming up here, it's kind of a mirror image of the other side, right? So the next question is, how loud is this thing? Let's get you back on the stand and we'll take her for a little boot. Alright, so we'll hop up here. Oop, see, yeah. So use your 3 points of contact, slide on up, and away we go here. Key, choke, choke out. We'll give her half throttle. Unlock the hydraulics. If I remember correctly, yeah, thumb. Then you press down on top of here, and this is your side swing boom. I like that. And lever here, like I said earlier, dozer blade. Let's give her a spin around, see what she does. Make sure there's no dogs. Well, we don't have any dirt, so let's throw the bucket into this snow pile and see what she does. And it's never just shut the machine off. Always give it a second. And this does have a shutdown delay on it. You'll see that here. So we'll click the key off. And we'll wait. Now that is a feature I like. I like that. It stops you from just shutting it off. That is so good for the engine, and it's a very healthy thing to do for the pumps as well. Fantastic. Alright, so you can see we have the R10 here, and back there is my R15. Now, this machine and that machine run the same attachments. But the frequent question is, what are your most used attachments, and what are the best attachments for the machine? Well, there's one answer I can provide you with, and one that's based on your use case. But we'll take a walk over to the R15, and I'll show you my most used attachments and why they are the most used, and why I would recommend that anybody that buys either a 1 ton or a 1.5 ton of any brand, doesn't matter, why they should have these attachments. Alright. Oh, Frey, is that good snow? Right on. Let's go check them out. Alright, so here we are with the R15. So, it's set up pretty similar to the R10 we have over there, except for this has got the hydraulic quick disconnect, which I like because I'm lazy. Now, these come with a standard tooth bucket, which you saw on the R10, but the 2 or 3 other attachments, that I think you should purchase right away, or that I've used the most, are this cleanout bucket, the single shank ripper, and the rake with the thicker tines in it. Because the 1 tons and the 1.5s don't pack a bunch of breakout force, you're always finding that you have to break up the ground that you're working on. This is great for brush cleanup and general cleanup and things like that, like plants and trees and shrubs and whatnot. This is great for chasing roots, And you'll also find yourself breaking material down if it's into the thick stuff and you can't dig. And then this cleanout bucket here, it's great for finish grading. It's great for moving material, bulking stuff out, piles, stuff like that, loading a dump trailer. It's just an all-around winner, this one. I use it for just about everything except for actual digging. But yeah, so hope that kind of answers the age-old question on the 1-ton category. Now, what should you buy? Well, that depends on your use case and the material you're in. If you're in a lot of rocky material, maybe a breaker is something you should buy. If you're in a lot of soft material, you can get away with just the cleanout bucket and the large rake. If you don't know what you're getting into, go with all the weapons. Take all the tools with you. But those are my thoughts, so there you go. Alright, so there we have it. Kind of a quick one here. Quick introduction to this machine. To be very fair to the machine, any shakiness you saw there was not necessarily the machine. That might have been me. See, I've come from running my R15, which is a different engine, different pump setup, and I'm out of touch with the single pump machine and how they operate. So give it a couple hours. I would have been a lot smoother with it and, put on a little bit of a better show. But hey, I can fully own up to not being the perfect operator. Really, I don't believe there's any such thing. But anyways, I digress. Back to the machine. Now, some people may have doubts because this is just a single pump gas machine. What can you do with that kind of machine? Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I've graded an entire front yard and an entire backyard with a single pump machine, and not an R10. That was actually a YH12 yard hoe. That machine is actually for sale and looking for a new home. So comparing it to this is way, way nicer to run. Far smoother and just easier to be on. It's a far nicer machine. This is built better than that yard hoe. Now, to be fair to the yard hoe, I did order the most basic one. But, so yes, there's going to be some creature comforts that this has, that doesn't, so on and so forth. It's kind of apples to oranges, but not. Are these a machine that I would recommend you spend 8 hours straight on? No, absolutely not. I would top it out at maybe 3, tops 4. That's not just for yourself, that's also for the machine. Because it is an air-cooled engine, you got to give it a chance, right? So this is a great machine for somebody who's either just starting out or, they have a budget in mind, but they still want something that's going to do a lot of things for them. And this machine runs all of the Ripa 1-ton attachments, right? We went over those multi-way valves, and the hydraulic thumb is a great plus. And these machines have warranty, right? That's, if you didn't know, now you know. They have warranty and they have parts support. Great peace of mind for either whether short-term ownership or long-term ownership. Great to know and great to have in your back pocket as time goes on. I can wholeheartedly recommend one of these machines, again, to somebody with either a small operation or a smaller property that has smaller projects in mind. If you have the larger projects in mind and you're doing, you know, let's say like great big ponds and things like that, or you're trying to dig a foundation or anything like that, this is not really the machine. Can it be done? From a technical standpoint, yeah. Is it going to take you all year? Absolutely. So I would reach out to Joy T5 and consider one of the larger machines, possibly even a 3-ton, depending on your application. That about sums it up for me. One of the negatives that I do see about this machine is the weight. It's a little light, and that is why we went from our yard hoe, which is a tad bit lighter than this, up to the R15 that we have. It's just we needed the weight in the back to accommodate the work we were doing. So right tool for the job. It would be nice to see them put some kind of actual counterweight on the back instead of just that tin plate. Who knows? Maybe they will upgrade it. There's a rumor that they did on the 2026s. I'm not 100% sure though. I haven't seen one, and I honestly would love to see one. But seeing as we're in 2026 and this is a 2025, you can actually get a pretty good deal on these right now. So contact your local Ripa dealer and talk to them about any of these 2025 models and score yourself some savings there. But with that, we'll end here. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Thanks for checking this machine out with me. You stay safe and take care out there. See you on the next one. So if I don't die on the ice first,